Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Saminitina Namaste Sarasate Devi Gauravani Pracharini Nirvishesha Shunnavadi Paschata Deshatarini Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Adaita Gadadhara Sivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Adaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Jaya Prabhupada Prabhupada Jaya, Prabhupada Jaya, Gurudeva Jaya, Gurudeva. Gurudeva Jaya, Gurudeva Jaya, Gurudeva Jaya, Gurudeva. Gurudeva Jaya, Gurudeva. Sai Gaur Haribo, 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 Nitai Gaur Haribo, Nitai Gaur Haribo, 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 Nitai Gaur Haribo. Hare Krishna, dear Prabhus and Mothers. Thank you for joining this Wednesday Bhagavad Gita session. Every Wednesday we do this for over a years now, few years. So we are solving chapter 9 and we are on text. Let me see. We are on text 26. So just to refresh our discussion, I'm going to mention where we left last week, and then we'll begin from there. So this chapter is very special. This chapter because Sarva Guhya Tama Rahasya, this most confidential knowledge, Prabhupada translate, most confidential knowledge. So if it is most confidential knowledge, how come we are distributing so randomly Bhagavad Gita like this? So it is not exactly like this. So then what is that confidential? Is it easy to understand? Krishna says, yes. First sloka he said, he reveals this. It is most confidential and it can be revealed provided somebody is not envious to me. So many way conditioned soul are envious to Krishna. For an example, very practical. When Siddha Sarup Prabhu says that to Prabhupada that if someone has a right thing to possess by his own right, he has gained it. In other words, Krishna sanctioned it. So if in my mind, I don't allow that person to have it, whether it's intelligent or assets, or whatever it is, that means I am envious to God, Krishna. Prabhupada said, yes. So envy has a many definition. Envy is not just like this professor told me, I'm not envy to God. I said, well, did you offer the food to God before you eat today? What are you talking about, Govind? I said, I'm talking that Krishna says, whatever you eat, you should offer him before you eat. Did you offer him? I have no idea. Why should I offer to him? I earn money and I bought food on my own. I said, that's exactly the definition of envy. That you don't care. Even though everything belongs to God, but you don't want to accept, you want to accept in your way. I work hard whole week. I got the paycheck. I'll buy whatever I want and I'll eat. But actually nothing is produced. Nobody produces grain. It is Krishna gives the grain from the rain and from the earth. Nobody created rain and earth. They may trade. They may claim I own the land and charge for it. But even that, just because somebody owns the land, they don't produce the sunlight and the rain and the grain comes from the ground. They don't. It is coming by the arrangement of Krishna through the nature. So when we don't offer, so envy has a many definitions. So Krishna said this, that when someone is not envious, then he will understand uh, what is this confidential knowledge. So then question comes, what is the measurement that I'm not envy? Well, one way to measure that I'm not envy is that I believe everything Krishna says. I have a faith. So faith and envy are actually interconnected. When someone has a faith, means he's not envious to God. Somebody don't have a faith means they are still contaminated with envy. So let us begin where we left by uttering the mantras. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Sarasatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudire Nasta Prayesu Abhadresu Nittam Bhagavato Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Sloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naistaki Mukhaṁ Karati Vācālam Pangurlangayate Girim Jatkripatamaham Bande Sri Guru Dinatarinam Paramanandamadavam Sri Chaitanya Ishwaram Vanchakalpataruvesya Kripa Sindhaveva Cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namo Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Sivasadi Gaura Bhakta Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Namo Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishnaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamini Tina. Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharini Nirvishesha Sunnavadi Paschat Deshatani. So as we discussed that faith and envy has some connection, means more faith we have, less envious we are towards God. And if we don't have faith, means we are still envious. So then Krishna went on answering Arjuna's question. They came to a point where Arjuna was asking, since you are source of everything, my Lord, including all the demigods, material nature, is anybody's worshipping to demigod or any other god entirely disconnected from you? So Krishna answered, people who faithfully worship the God, in that sense, they also worship me. In other words, any religion, anybody is worshiping, whether Allah, Buddha, or Jesus, or anyone, if they have a strong faith, that means they are also worshiping Krishna. But they are worshiping in ignorance, because Krishna is the origin. For an example, if I want to worship Jesus, it is Krishna who will give strong faith in my heart to worship because I choose to worship Jesus. And Krishna also in the heart of Jesus will give that um, mercy or blessing to me. And this way, me and Jesus will be connected, but by Krishna's arrangement. This is, he revealed this in text 23 of 9th chapter, if you look at it. So in other words, when someone is very intelligent, wise, they have awakened from slumber of material nature, then they will worship Krishna. They will not waste their time of worshipping anything else or anybody else. Arjuna asked, what is lacking then in their worship? Why they're worshipping others or nature? Like scientists, modern scientists, they worship nature. They don't say they worship nature, but they're fascinated. They're researching day and night about tornado, hurricane, or rain, or mining, or anything about nature. They're busy, or cure for disease. They're busy with the nature. When somebody is adoring and dealing with this particular thing, this is worship doesn't mean lighting incense and offering lamp only. This is just an expression. It's the same thing. When they are so busy, means they are worshipping the nature. Scientists are worshipping the nature. How can they attain something more enduring? Arjuna asked that question on text 22. Then Krishna says, by worshipping me, for those who keep their thoughts on me without deviating, those who serve me without wavering, I become the provider of what they don't have and protector of what they have. This is very important. Every devotee should remember this. That Krishna will take care what we need, what we have. And what we need, Krishna will provide, provided we are depending on him. Then question came, when the worshipper of God attain heaven, why are they considered fallen? Like in Christianity, they want to go to heaven, or even every culture has some destiny they are focusing. But here it is considered not an intelligent choice, considered still fallen. Question is why? Krishna answered on text 25. I'm summarizing that because worship of any being other than Krishna takes the worshipper to only a temporary destination. Very clear. Be it the realm of gods attained by those who worship the gods, the realm of ancestor attained by those who worship the ancestors. Janti devo bratana devan pitrin jantri pitribhata bhutani janti bhuteja majjaji naho bhiman. In Genesis 1.1 says, God created heaven and earth. It did not say Christianity is not going to God, they are going to heaven. But God created heaven and earth. Bible said that clearly. We are talking about this. We are not talking about God's home. We are talking about his creation. What is wrong of going there? That it is temporary. You will have to come back here. So then Arjuna question, where we are starting today. How can you be worshipped? So Krishna answered, very simple. Those who offer me with devotion a leaf, a flower, a fruit, or water, that offering of devotion I accept from them. So I would like somebody to help me with the text 26. Anybody would like to read? Anyone, Prabhu's mothers?
Prabhu, if you Hare
Somen
Krishna
Prabhu, go
Prabhu.
ahead.
Okay, just one second, Prabhu. 9.26.
Yes.
Patram pushpam phalam tayam yomi bhaktaya prayachati tad aham bhakta upakritam asnami prayatamana. Patram, synonyms. Patram, a leaf. Pushpam, a flower. Phalam, a fruit. Toyam, water. Ya, whoever. Me, unto me. Bhak, bhak, bhaktiya, with devotion. Prayachati, offers. Tat, that. Aham, I. Bhakti, uparhritam, offered in devotion. Asnami, accept. Prayata, Atmana, from one in pure consciousness. Translation: if one offers me with love and devotion a leaf, a flower, a fruit, or water, I will accept it. Purport: all glories to Srila Prabhupada. For the intelligent person, it is essential to be in Krishna consciousness, engaged in the transcendental loving service of the Lord in order to achieve a permanent blissful abode for eternal happiness. The process of achieving such a marvelous result is very easy and can be attempted even by the poorest of the poor without any kind of qualification. The only qualification required in this connection is to be pure devotee of the Lord. It does not matter what one is or where one is situated. The process is so easy that even a leaf or a little water or fruit can be offered to the Supreme Lord in genuine love, and the Lord will be pleased to accept it. No one, therefore, can be barred from Krishna consciousness because it is so easy and universal. Who is such a fool that he does not want to be Krishna conscious by this simple method and thus attain the highest perfectional life of eternity, bliss, and knowledge? Krishna wants only loving service and nothing more. Pure devotee don't want any kind of offering from a non-devotee. He is not in need of anything from anyone because he is self-sufficient, and yet he accepts the offering of his devotee in an exchange of love and affection. To develop Krishna consciousness is the highest perfection of life. Bhakti is mentioned twice in this verse in order to declare more emphatically that bhakti or devotional service is the only means to approach Krishna. No other condition, such as becoming a Brahmana, a learned scholar, a very rich man, or a great philosopher, can induce Krishna to accept some offering. Without the basic principle of bhakti, nothing can induce the Lord to agree to accept anything from anyone. Bhakti is never causal. The process is eternal. It is direct action in service to the absolute whole. Here, Lord Krishna, having established that he is the only enjoyer, the primeval Lord, and the real object of all sacrificial offerings, reveals what types of sacrifices he desires to be offered. If one wishes to engage in devotional service to the Supreme in order to be purified and to reach the goal of life, the transcendental loving service of God, then one should find out what the Lord desires of him. One who loves Krishna will give him whatever he wants, and he avoids offering anything which is undesirable or unasked. Thus, meat, fish, and egg should not be offered to Krishna. If he desired such things as offerings, excuse me, he would have said so. Instead, he clearly requests that a leaf, fruit, flowers, and water be given to him. And he says, of this offering, I will accept it. Therefore, we should understand that he will not accept meat, fish, and eggs. Vegetables, grains, fruits, milk, and water are the proper food for human beings and are, excuse me, and are prescribed by Lord Krishna himself. Whatever else we eat cannot be offered to him since he will not accept it. Thus, we cannot be acting on the level of loving devotion if we offer such foods. In the third chapter, verse 13, Sri Krishna explains that only the remains of sacrifice are purified and fit for consumption by those who are seeking advancement in life and release from the clutches of the material entanglement. Those who do not make an offering of their food, he says in the same verse, are eating only sin. In other words, their every mouthful is simply depending their involvement in the complexities of material nature. But preparing nice, simple vegetable dishes, offering them before the picture or deity of Lord Krishna, and bowing down and praying for him to accept such a humble offering enable one to advance steadily in life, to purify the body, and to create fine brain tissues which will lead to clear thinking. Above all, the offering should be made with an attitude of love. Krishna has no need of gifts since he already possesses everything that be, yet he will accept the offering of one who desires to please him in that way. The important element in preparation, in serving, and in offering is to act with love for Krishna. The impersonalist philosophers who wish to maintain that the absolute truth is without senses cannot comprehend these verse of Bhagavad Gita. To them, it is either a metaphor or proof of the mundane character of Krishna, the speaker of the Bhagavad Gita. But in actually, Krishna, the supreme Godhead, has senses, and it is stated that his senses are interchangeable. In other words, one sense can perform the function of any other. This is what it means to say that Krishna is absolute, lacking senses. He could hardly be considered full in all opulences. In the seventh chapter, Krishna has explained that he impregnates the living entities into material nature. This is done by his looking upon material nature. And so, in this instance, Krishna's uh, hearing the devotee's word of love in offering foodstuffs is wholly identical with the with his eating and actually tasting. This point should be emphasized because of his absolute position. His hearing is wholly identical with his eating and tasting. Only the devotee who accepts Krishna as he describes himself without interpretations can understand that the supreme absolute truth can eat food and enjoy it. Hare Krishna Prabhu, back to you.
Very nice. Thank you.
Thank you, Prabhu.
So this is a beautiful verse, isn't it? Patram pushpam phalam tuyam jo me bhakta prajachati tadaham bhakti parita asnami prajatatmana. If one offers me with love, this is the point, with bhakti, love, and devotion, a leaf, a flower, a fruit, or water, I will accept it. So patram pushpam phalam tuyam, one can offer me very simple things like leaf, flower, fruit, or simple water. Jo me prajachati, jo me bhakta prajachati. One offers me with devotion. That is the key point. Tadaham bhakti uparita. Uparita is a gift, upahar, we say in Sanskrit or English, Hindi. Upahar, uparitam, that which is offered to me with love. Then what happened? Asnami prajatatmana. Krishna says, I accept it. So in these words, bhakta prajachati, bhakta uparita, and prajatatmanaha, all these show consciousness from our side. That there is a devotion, prajatatmana is pure-hearted one. So if somebody wanted to approach Krishna with devotion, with love, then Krishna reciprocate with such a person. How? By flooding that person with his mercy. And one aspect of the mercy is Krishna accept what is offered, even if it is a very simple. Example, when Krishna rejected Duryodhana's invitation for food at his house. This is a crude example. That's why we refer this many times. At that time, Krishna explains one eats at other house in two conditions. If he's hungry or if they have affection between themselves. So is Krishna hungry? Is God hungry? Never. God is never hungry. But then when we feed, how our mother Yashoda feeds, her love causes Krishna to be hungry. In other words, if somebody has no love, Krishna is never hungry. It's very interesting. Interesting way to look at it. So I'm not hungry, Krishna says, because you are inimical towards my dear devotees Pandavas. Krishna told straight answer to Duryodhana. I'm not affectionate towards you either. So I'll not eat it. Then what did Krishna do? Krishna went to eat towards Vidura's house. Vidura, although connected with royal family, but he was very simple. He was not having much opulence. So when Krishna reached at his house, Vidura was not there. Vidura's wife wanted to offer something to Krishna, but there were only bananas at the house. And in excitement, she wanted to offer the fruits and throw away the peels, but she has done reverse. And Krishna eats the peel. Now, she has done reverse. Wants to understand this pastime. If we think that, okay, Krishna is eating the peel, banana peels, he mentioned that it is so tasty less than that even a fraction of it is very difficult to eat. But Krishna keeps eating after taking many. He said, now I am satisfied. I don't know how many of you ever ate banana peel. Out of curiosity, I was also trying to eat one time just to see what was Krishna tasting. Well, banana is much tastier than banana peels to me. So, another example. Gajendra offered flower to Lord Narayana. Once Krishna was lost in kind of gambling by, it was a conversation between Rukmini and Narad Muni. And Krishna was lost, actually. He was on the bed of gambling by Rukmini. And Krishna was made to sit on a weighing scale. Another side was how much ornament, gold, diamond, could put to make it even. But then we see one little tulasi leaf was put, then tulasi became heavier than Krishna. So essential point is what pleases the Lord is devotion of our heart. Then if the expression of devotion is very simple, it doesn't matter. But a devotee always wanted to offer the best what he can or she can. Sudama Vipra, I'm sure most of you heard it. What did he offer? Dry, chipped rice for a long walk, huh? Almost long, many days walking. And he had all these sweats of his body mixed with this chipped rice he's taking for Krishna. That's all he had. Srila Prabhupada's purport, there is no meat item mentioned here. I like the way Prabhupada, very practically he connects. No meat items mentioned here. Krishna does not take any of those things, meat, fish, therefore we are against it. Krishna also accepts through his deity form. So whatever we get by offering to Krishna directly, we can get the same benefit by offering to deity also. Krishna can accept the offering by just looking at it. I like the way Prabhupada mentioned how Prabhupada's purport is so relevant to our practical real life. More than the scripture, because Shastra, when you read the Shastra, but you may not know how to connect it. What should I do? So Prabhupada, through his commentary, he connects, he inspires, he gives the guideline how practically we can apply that love of Krishna in our day-to-day life. So Krishna's senses are identical and interchangeable. Isn't so nice? The way Prabhupada put it. But that doesn't mean we treat Krishna as the impersonal. Devotees take care of Krishna as a person. And in past times, suddenly he can exhibit his omnipotence also. But devotees' focus is not in examining omnipotence, but in rendering best possible service. So when food is offered, Prabhus and mothers, to Krishna, Krishna accepts the devotion and returns his mercy. He can also accept the food by glancing over it. That is, a friend gives some eatable in a box, and the family which receive it also return the box filled by some other item. So if someone is observing, he may say that what is a box came inside and some box goes outside. I hope you all understand. I saw in India when the family meets, the family brings some sweet for visiting family and they give there. They open the box, they eat, they enjoy it, nice. And they also fill it up the box from their refrigerator or wherever they kept some sweets and other and say, please take this home. And they also come back home and they eat. Now, if somebody did not see what is the exchange, they will see the same box, they took it, they brought it back. So we see the food, same food we offer to God. And we got prasadam, same food. No, there's big change. Krishna accepted. It is no more bhoga. It is now prasadam. What is exchange then? Love. Love is exchange. In Alachua temple, we offer every day. We never eat without offering to the Lord. So when we are offering food or bhoga to Krishna, we are offering our bhakti to him. And what do we get back? Prasadam. Externally, you may say, it was the same plate, Prabhu, same rice, same sabji. Yes, externally maybe same to you. But it came with his mercy. Krishna accepted, and out of his compassionate nature, mercy, he gave us to honor it. So in this way, there is a reciprocation of love through the medium of food. Now we'll go to 27 and 28. Let's see. Anybody would like to read?
Okay, Shambhaji, can I read?
Yes, go ahead.
Text 27. Yat karoshi yadadnasi, yat juhoshi dadasi yat pasyasi kaunteya, tat kurushva madapam yet whatever karoshi you do, yet whatever asnasi you eat, yet whatever juhoshi you offer, dadasi you give away, yet whatever tapasyasi, austerities you perform, Conte, O son of Kunti, Tat, that, Kurushva, do, Mat unto me, Arpanam as an offering. Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada. Whatever you do, whatever you eat, whatever you offer or give away, and whatever austerities you perform, do that, O son of Kunti, as an offering to me. Thus, it is the duty of everyone to mold his life in such a way that he will not forget Krishna in any circumstance. Everyone has to work for maintenance of his body and soul together. And Krishna recommends hearing that one should work for him. Everyone has to eat something to live. Therefore, he should accept the remnants of foodstuffs offered to Krishna. Any civilized man has to perform some religious ritualistic ceremonies. Therefore, Krishna recommends, do it for me, and this is called Archana. Everyone has a tendency to give something in charity. Krishna says, give it to me. And this means that all surplus money accumulated should be utilized in furthering the Krishna conscious movement. Nowadays, people are very much inclined to the meditation process, which is not practical in this age. But if anyone practices meditating on Krishna 24 hours a day by chanting the Hare Krishna mantra around his beads, is surely the greatest meditator and the greatest yogi. Is substantiated by the 6th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. Hare Krishna.
Very nice. Thank you. So this is a beautiful verse, one after another. It's so nice. Jat karoshi, jat snashi, asnashi. Asnashi. Asnashi means whatever we eat. Of course, between these two verses, you can compare. There is a vast difference. Jat juhushi, whatever you offer. Dadashi, you give away. So Krishna is telling generally over here that whatever one does, one can offer it to him. Jat koroshi, jat asnashi. Whatever we do, whatever we eat, whatever we give away, juhoshi, dadashi, whatever we are offering jat tapasyashi, whatever austerity we do, tat kurushamara pranam. What austerity we are doing? Right now, you took your time to discuss Bhagavad Gita. This intention that you have, the action you took, this is called offering, sacrificing. And Krishna noticed. That's how we grow spiritually. Krishna noticed who is giving time, attention, action. Because absorption is the result, but absorption comes only after action and intention. And once we comprehend the subject matter thoroughly, absorption will take place. Brajavashi means they are fully absorbed. Sadhaka means they are trying to absorb. But intention, action are same. Only missing is the absorption. But the absorption only comes after we sacrifice ourselves. So giving time, giving your energy, giving your attention, this is what sacrifice means. Human life is for that. So when we offer food to Krishna and a pure devotee offer food to Krishna, is there any difference? You may wonder, okay, I'm offering every day and Prabhupada is offering. Is there any difference? Yes, there is a difference in quality of devotion. Naturally, there is a difference in quality of reciprocation also. But still, that doesn't mean that everyone who doesn't have pure devotion is left out of the world of devotion. Proportionate to our devotion, Krishna reciprocates. So in previous verse, emphasis is on Ashnami and Bhakta. But here the emphasis is on the principle of offering. So Krishna is saying, Tat Kurusha Mad Arpanam. You offer it to me, and Krishna is saying, by this you will get auspiciousness, you will get purified. So what is the devotional qualification? It can be performed even by those who are not pure-hearted. Jat karoshi jas asnasi. Subhashita vars akshasha patitam. Kashapatitam indicates that it can be performed even by those who are not pure-hearted. Anybody is willing to offer, he can begin bhakti. Jat karashi jat asnasi. If you look at it, there is no qualification required. Any of this word. Whatever you do, Krishna says, whatever you eat, whatever you offer or give away, whatever austerity you perform, do that as an offering to me. So Krishna is telling generally over here that whatever one does, one can offer it to him. Jat karashi. Whatever we do, whatever we eat, whatever we give away, Johoshi, Dadashi, whatever offering, whatever austerity, do that, Krishna Madarpanam. You offer it to me. So Krishna is not using the word bhakti over here. If you pay very close attention, he did not use the word bhakti at all. So what Krishna is saying, the principle of offering to him is also auspicious here. Neither bhakti mentioned, not asnami is mentioned. Two things are not mentioned with the previous verse and this verse. So Krishna does not say explicitly that I will accept it, does not mean Krishna will reject it. So when we offer food to Krishna and a pure devotee offer food to Krishna, is there any difference? Yes, there is a difference in the quality of devotion. Naturally, there is a difference in quality of reciprocation. But still, that doesn't mean that everybody who doesn't have pure devotion is left out of the world, as I mentioned. So, proportionate to our devotion, Krishna will reciprocate. And those example, Gajendra, Mother Rukmini exchanging, these are very wonderful example we can meditate. Okay, this is a beautiful verse. Any question, comment, or we can do actually one more verse. We're doing well so far. Let's do one more verse, 28. We have 10 minutes. Who would like to go for it? Okay, go ahead.
Hare Krishna, text 9.28. Shubha Shubha Falair Evam Moksha Moksha Moksya Se Karma Bandhana Sanyasa Yoga Yuktatma Vimukto Mam Upaisyasi. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada ki jai. Word to word. Shubha, from auspicious, Ashubha, and inauspicious, Falai, results, Evam, thus, Mokshyase, you will become free, Karma, of work, Bandhana, from the bondage, Sannyasa, of renunciation, Yoga, the yoga, Yukta Atma, having the mind firmly set on, Vimukta, liberated, Mam, to me, Upaisyasi, you will attain. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada ki jai. In this way, you will be freed from bondage to work and its auspicious and inauspicious results. With your mind fixed on me in this principle of renunciation, you will be liberated and come to me. Purport: one who acts in Krishna consciousness under superior direction is called Yukta. The technical term is Yukta Vairagya. This is further explained by Rupa Goswami as follows. Anasakyatasya vaisa visayan yatharham upajanjata nirbandha Krishna sambandhe yuktam vairagyam uchyate. Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu 1.2.255. Rupa Goswami says that as long as we are in the material world, we have to act. We cannot cease acting. Therefore, if actions are performed and the fruits are given to Krishna, then this is called Yukta Vairagya. Actually situated in renunciation, such activities clear the mirror of the mind, and so the actor gradually makes progress in spiritual realization. He becomes completely surrendered to Supreme Personality of Godhead. Therefore, at the end, he becomes liberated, and this liberation is also specified. By this liberation, he does not become one with the Brahma Jyoti, but rather enters into the planet of the Supreme Lord. It is clearly mentioned here, Mam Upaisyasi, he comes to me, back home, back to Godhead. Thus, there are 5 different stages of liberation, and here it's specified that the devotee who has always lived his lifetime here under the direction of the Supreme Lord, as stated, has evolved to the point where he can, after quitting this body, go back home, go back to Godhead and engage directly in the association of the Supreme Lord. Anyone who has no interest but to dedicate his life to the service of the Lord is actually a sannyasi. Such a person always thinks of himself as an eternal servant dependent on the supreme will of the Lord. As such, whatever he does it for the benefit of the Lord. Whatever action he performs it as service to the Lord. He does not give serious attention to the fruitive activities or prescribed duties mentioned in the Vedas. For ordinary persons, it is obligatory to execute the prescribed duties mentioned in the Vedas. But although a pure devotee who is completely engaged in the service of the Lord may sometimes appear to go against the prescribed Vedic duties, actually it is not so. It is said, therefore, by Vaishnava authorities that even the most intelligent person cannot understand the plans and activities of a pure devotee. The exact words are Tandravaktya Kriya Mudra
Vijnana Bujai.
Vijnana Bhujai. Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Lila 23.39. A person who is thus always engaged in the service of the Lord, or is always thinking and planning how to serve the Lord, is to be considered completely liberated at present, and in future his going back home, back to Godhead, is guaranteed. He is above all materialistic criticism, just as Krishna is above all criticism.
Very
Hare
nice.
Krishna.
Very nice. Thank you. So these verses, actually all these verses are so wonderful. Gives us so clarity, and we feel happy to hear God's word, and we also examine, reflect in our own heart where we are. Subha Subha Phaler Evam Subha Ashubha Phala. So we become free from auspicious and inauspicious result of our work. Moksha means, moksha means you will be free, liberated. Karma bandhana, from karma bandhan, from the bondage of karma. What is bondage of karma? Means every action there is a reaction. So we become free. When we become free from the bondage of karma, then it is called sannyasa yoga yuktatma. Means that time the person is engaged in sannyas yoga. It is interesting. Sannyas means disconnection or renunciation, and yoga means connection. So sannyas yoga means you disconnect from the material and you connect with Krishna. It's very interesting, sannyas yoga. The 6th chapter, 1 and 2nd verse, Krishna has told sasannasicha yogicha. The first verse, if you remember, na niragnina na chakriya. Sannyas and yoga is the same thing. Sannyas is disconnection from the matter, and yoga means connection to Krishna, spirit. So Krishna is integrating these two words here, sannyasa yoga yuktatma. Such a person who is offering all the works to me, such a person will become free from auspicious and inauspicious of this world. We can do two kinds of activities in this world, isn't it? Pious activity or sinful activity. You can literally make two division the whole world. Any moment you can check all these people, either they're doing pious or impious. Punya is better than papa, definitely, but still both are material. Both will keep us within karmic bondage. If we want liberation from karmic bondage, we should become free from both. Don't do good activity, bad activity. Do Krishna conscious activity. Means pleasure of Krishna. Connect with Krishna. Krishna is saying, by doing your work for me, by offering your work to me, you will become free from both, Shubha or Shubha. What is the end result? Are not only become free from the karmic bondage or liberation, Vimukta is special liberation. Ultimate liberation is the highest liberation. What does that mean? What is the highest liberation leads to? Mam Upeshashi. Very beautiful. Means you will attain me. So it's nothing to do with material. Krishna is saying this special liberation is you will return back to me. This is the gradual progression that will happen. Srila Prabhupada quotes the famous verse from Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, Anashaktisya Vishayam Jataraham Upajunjata Nirbandha Krishna Samandhe Jukta Virag Gochate. So Srila Prabhupada is emphasizing on 5 kinds of liberation. One goes to the Lord. And interestingly, I noticed Srila Prabhupada quotes here the verse that Tar Bhakya Kriya Mudra Vijnana Bhujai. The connection with the existing verse is Shubha Shubha Phaler Evam. That the pure devotee are not bound by goodness and bondage of this world. A pure devotee is bound by love for Krishna. And because of which, whatever he does is good for everyone. The emphasis of devotee is not doing good, but it is on serving God. For that, sometime a devotee can do something which is not Vedic standard. Like Madhavendra Puri said, I cannot do my Sandha Bandhanam rituals even every junction. I cannot do my Tarpanam, offering to forefathers. I cannot do my various rituals. Bhadram Astu, I offer my respect to you, but simply I remember Krishna. That is enough for me. Ultimately, Prabhus and mothers, every devotee will come to that point that pleasing Krishna is everything matters. Nothing else is important. Of course, that pleasing Krishna means pleasing his devotee also. Take care of the devotees, serving the devotee, create a facility where devotee can also remain happy in the association. So one becomes freed from all material complication, whether they be positive or negative. Vimuktamam upeshyasi. So this is the ultimate goal, ultimate perfection of pure devotional service. That by pure devotional service, we become vimuktamam upeshyasi. We return back to Krishna. So I'll end here and looking forward to see all of you next week. And it is exactly 6 o'clock, believe or not. It's so wonderful. Hare Krishna.
Prabhu, just one
Yes.
last question, Prabhu. What are the last 5 stages of liberation? That one is you are telling that ultimate stages, that to attain Lord Krishna is the highest. That is the one thing, and another one is what are other, Prabhu?
Well,
5 stages.
one we don't want is become one means you lose your individuality. See, lover, beloved, and love. All three has to exist. But if lover is lost, there is no love exchange. So individuality has to be always maintained. So akattata, or become one with God, we lose that. We do not care for that, neither we aspire for that, neither we ever, and God doesn't like it either. But there are some impersonalists who pursue that. But the other 4 we do not need, but because it comes automatically. To offer a glass of water to Krishna, you have to be next to Krishna. Through deity form or through personal presence is the same. So that means Shamippa is there, to be close to him. Shalukka, you have to be on the same planet, same level of consciousness. Yes. Sharuppa, you have to have a spiritual body, servant. So if you look at the Shasti, that you have to have all these facilities to offer it to him. So this comes automatically. We don't endeavor separately. Does that make sense, Prabhu?
Yeah, I understand. Okay.
Yeah. We don't need separate endeavor. That's why, not that we criticize whoever is looking for liberation, but they are misunderstanding what is the purpose of liberation. For what? If you say purpose of liberation to be out of Maya, but going where? Your constitutional position is still a servant. Until we are engaged in service, nothing will satisfy the Lord or us, because we are made for that. Just like a child. When child is happy when mother is there, because mother will provide everything. It is understood naturally. So similarly, Krishna will provide. Krishna does provide everything. He gives us our original form, our service, our relationship, our reciprocation, everything. Is that okay, Prabhu?
Yes, Prabhu. Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Dandavat Pranam, Prabhu. Thank you so much.
Dandavat. Okay, looking forward to see all of you. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Vancha kalpa taruvesya kripa sindhaveva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namo. Srila Prabhupada ki